Hey Stampers, it's Debbie with Stampin' with Debbie, and today I want to show you a few cards made with the Serene Scenery 6x6 stack that's in the new annual catalog. And these are just a couple of the samples, and I'll show you the other samples in just a minute, but I wanted to show you this pack of paper comes with 48 sheets, 4 each of each design, and they're all double-sided. So that means you get 24 different designs to choose from. And let me just show you a few of those designs. Some of these designs are real fun to use all by themselves. This is clouds. There's a wood grain, circles, polka dots, leaves. There's another wood grain, a sweater grain. So let me show you some of the samples that I made. I spent about an hour yesterday putting together a few cards, and this one is made with the water one. And you can see that I just used a coordinating paper on the side. And I'll just slowly go through these so that you can kind of see all the different designs. This one's pretty simple. Just stamp a little whatever word you want to put on there. That one I did sympathy, and this one I did you are remarkable. Put the coordinating paper on the side and some of our natural trim on there. This one, I just used some of the framelits to give that a little dimension there. This piece, I actually just stamped some other stamps on there over the top of the designer paper, put one of my framelits on there and some words, and same with this one. Just used one of the stamps from Rose Wonder, the designer paper from the Serene Serenity, and cut out a couple of flowers and put them on there. They're really very simple, and I'm going to show you just a couple samples today. And this is one of them that I'm going to show you how to make. So the first thing, and again, you can use any stamp set that you have. I used on this one Sweet Sayings, which is this stamp set here. It has a good assortment. They say it's your birthday, celebrate you, thanks for being you, but there are a lot of stamp sets that you could use for these. So I started out using a piece of Whisper White at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You'll need a piece of Pool Party cardstock at 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then of course this designer paper, which is 5 by 3. And then I used some of our hearts framelits to cut out. And I wanted to show you real quickly before we got started how to cut this paper. I actually cut this one already, so it was a full size of paper. And I'm going to put this one back together so you can see. So we're going to start this way. So at the end, I just cut a 1-inch strip off, and you can use this to coordinate some of your cards. Oh, I'm trying to find one to show you, like this one. So you can use the other designer paper and just stamp on it, and then have this as a coordinating side. So this again will be 6 inches by 1 inch, but you're going to cut it down to 5 inches when you make your card. And then you're going to take the piece that you have left and cut it in half so that you have 2 3-inch pieces. And that's how I made this one. Is this piece is the 3-inch piece, and this would be the coordinating piece over here. So again, let's get started on this one. And we're just gonna fold our piece of paper in half here. Had my bone folder, oh, there it is. I was getting lost. So like I said, I already stamped this for you, and then we're going to need to cut 2 hearts out with the Big Shot. So I'm using my framelits, and I'm going to put those right on there. run them through, and there we go. Now we have our 2 hearts that we can use for this card. I'm going to use Fast Fuse today. It's kind of my adhesive of choice, but you can just use snail. And I'm going to adhere the designer paper onto the pool party. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the pool party and put that onto the front of the card here. I've already cut this heart out, and you can see that I did not stamp it on the center. It didn't fit that way, so I wanted to make it just a little bit different. So that's how mine turned out. But if you had a sentiment that would go right here in the middle, you can do it straight too. I'm going to show you another trick real quick. I don't know if you can see, but there is some of this linen thread, not linen thread, the silver thread back here. And I want to show you a little trick on how to make that a little more ruly that I learned. So you're going to wrap it around your fingers about 3 times. Then you're going to wrap it around your 4th finger a couple times. Snip it off and bring all of those pieces together. It's kind of hard to tell because it's so thin, but you're going to bring those all together. Now, I'm going to turn this piece over, and I'm going to get my glue dots. I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle of where I want this silver thread to be, and I'm going to pinch it together and stick it really good inside of that glue dot. So, I don't know if you can see, there's the glue dot. All of the pieces of the thread are stuck in there. So now I'm going to take, I put dimensionals on the back of this one. Oops. And I'm just going to place it on there. See how nice that lays when you do it that way, and you have some of the threads that are a little longer and some that are shorter. And now I'm going to put Fast Fuse on the back of my hearts and place those randomly. And you're done. So now you have a card to send out. Again, you can use any sentiment you want. You can use happy birthday, anything you want. Now I'm going to show you another one that's kind of similar to this one. So on this one, I started with a piece of Very Vanilla, cut it 8.5 by 5.5. Let me use my bone folder to hold that down. I'm going to set that aside. So this is one of the pieces of the designer paper that I already cut to 3 by 5. And I have a piece of old olive cut at 1 inch by 5 inches. I'm going to show you a little trick here. You could run this piece of paper through an embossing folder if you wanted to, but to give it a little texture, you can also just run it through your scoreboard. Just make some random lines. And you can make a lot, you can make a little, whatever you want. Oh, I'm going to put one more right here. And I don't know if you can see that just gives you a little bit of texture without, if you don't have an embossing folder of your choice. And then I'm going to put Fast Fuse on that. And this black, I don't know if I said, is 4 by 5.25. And I'm going to put the old olive piece on there. And now before I put this one down, I'm going to stamp it. And I have a stamp from the Layering Love stamp set. And this is a pretty versatile stamp set. I like how big the images are. So I'm inking up the saying that says, "Enjoy the little things" with my Stays On ink. And I'm going to just stamp that in the middle. And then I thought it would be good to take a few of these new gold embellishments. And I'm just going to put the heart on there. It comes with circles, hearts and stars. There. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And then I have already cut, this is some of our new natural trim. And this is in gold, but it also comes in silver. And I cut a piece just long enough, I'm gonna make a cheater bow. So I cut a piece just long enough to go on the front, and I'm gonna turn it over, put a little bit of adhesive here, and flip that edge over and that edge over. So when you turn it over, it's gonna look like this. Then take your little piece and tie your bow. And it just saves on I should say, it saves on a little bit of ribbon because you're not winding the ribbon around the whole front of your card. And sometimes if that won't lay straight, I will put a little glue dot in there. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the fast fuse. Oops. Here. And adhere that to the front of my Whisper White card base. And there you are. 2 different cards, the same designer series paper in the back. And again, you can put any sentiment that you choose on there. I like these from the Layering Love because they take up a good portion of the card and you have to do very little else to get a big impression on your card. So again, that was Serene Serenity 6x6 stack. And the possibilities are endless. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I hope that you will stop back again to see another video with me. Thank you.